Alright, welcome back to another episode of Nighttime Series. I apologize for not making any of these in a while because I've been, sick for the past 3 days or so. So yeah, this year, I have just been sick so much, man. For January, it was, the first 3 weeks or 2 weeks, I think. In February, I wasn't sick at all, thankfully. But then March 1st, nope, I'm sick again. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. But I feel a lot better now, so that's good. So today we'll be talking about Hulk primarily because the buff info just dropped. I just want to go over everything about it and my overall thoughts on it because I feel like there are some problems that I see already with the champion. But yeah, let's just not waste any time. Let's get into it. So let's talk about Hulk for a little bit because I think he looks good on paper. The buff info just dropped and he does look pretty good on paper. But there's already a lot of concern that I have with the champion and he's not even out yet. So let's do a quick overview of the abilities, right? I'm not gonna put anything in the overlay. I'm just gonna talk about it straight up here. And so it looks like he is he has the usual Hulk trope of gaining damage output at low health. In his signature ability, it's critical resistance, physical resistance at low health as well. So that's pretty annoying because what's the most relevant thing right now? Battlegrounds. What do you not want to do in Battlegrounds? Get to low health, right? That's why Hulk Immortal is a really irrelevant attacker, and that's why you just really don't use champions that need to be at low health, right? Nick Fury in his second life, you do not use Nick Fury in Battlegrounds on the attack spectrum in his second life, right? So I already don't like that, right? But thankfully he isn't a champion that needs to be low health or just will straight up go to low health like Immortal Hulk. It's optional, and the benefits at low health are very nice, but at high health anyways he still looks pretty good. So that's not the biggest concern. What concerns me is, okay, so this guy has a ton of damage output. It looks like he has stacking furies up to 15. He has physical vulnerabilities. He has the trauma debuff that can do a lot of damage because it stacks up to 20, I think. His SP3 looks like a massive nuke as well. So there's just a lot that can be very strong damage-wise with this guy. However, that is literally it because this guy has no utility whatsoever. That is the one thing that I saw and I just couldn't stop thinking about it when I was reading his info. I was like, where is the utility coming in? When is it gonna appear? And then I got to the end of the page and I was like, so there's nothing. Okay, well, let's dissect it a little bit because he does have some utility, but it's just so minuscule that I don't know how good he's gonna be in content that isn't Battlegrounds, right? But then again, Battlegrounds is the most relevant thing right now. So even if he's just a massive damage dealer and has no utility, that's still kind of viable for things like Battlegrounds. Of course, there's a lot of utility based metas, electric defense, and even the weakness one, you do want it shruggers a little bit. Can't just do pure damage because you'll just get a ton of weaknesses on you, right? So yeah, I feel the no utility part kind of hurts him, but let's go over what utility he does kind of have. So of course he is poison immune, right? So that's already good. He also inflicts a lot of debuffs, right? The traumas to physical vulnerabilities, and this paired with despair can be a pretty nice heal reversal or a heal block. So he does have that. Additionally, he also has just a very strong signature ability because it gives him physical and critical resistance as well as an unstoppable, which is a very long unstoppable, by the way. So it gives him some defensive value, but then again, on Alliance War, it's just you can't place him at all because he's an Avenger, right? So Corvus will just wipe him out. But at least in Battlegrounds, it might be kind of useful to have that unstoppable. So yeah, there is some utility there, but I feel overall he is kind of lacking on it. But then again, this is an era where damage dealers can survive and they can be relevant because Battlegrounds, you can be excused to have no utility as long as you have a lot of damage output, which it looks like Hulk does have. So I feel even though he's a very low utility champion, he'll still have some use, which is good. Juggernaut isn't the most utility packed character, but he is a pretty much staple in Battlegrounds, right? So I feel Hulk might just have that same situation too. So I'm looking forward to him on the Battleground side, but on Alliance War attack or just general content, I feel Hulk will not be that great because of his lack of utility overall. However, I will still be testing him in all those areas of content, general content, Grandmaster's Gauntlet probably. I'll just try to get everything done with Hulk. And I just want to see how well he performs in those pieces of content, right? Because like at base it looks like he has some utility, right? But that doesn't really stop some champions. Like Juggernaut, still a very good PvE character because just like his pure damage. So I wonder if Hulk will have like the same situation, or if like his utility is even worse than Juggernaut's, right? So that was like my only concern about Hulk. Besides that, it looks like a very good buff, so I just like can't wait to test it out. He looks very free to play friendly too because he doesn't look like he needs signature ability at all. So that is just perfect as well. But yeah, I cannot wait to make content on this guy because he just looks like a ton of fun. I am not really too worried about like if he'll be good or not because I feel like no matter what, he'll be a great Battlegrounds character. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on Hulk, and that's me for this episode. A bit of a short episode, but I just wanted to just like talk about Hulk for a second. I'm still kind of like recovering from my like sickness, so I don't want to like over exhaust myself, right? So I just thought I'd just keep it to one topic and just keep it pretty chill. And yeah, that's about it for me.